desert walker. The Chupacabra is a myth that has plagued areas like Mexico and South America for decades. The Chupacabra is supposedly responsible for lost livestock and strange sightings year-round. One of the latest sightings of this mysterious creature is in the deserts of Portugal. The creature is walking upright and is clearly seen before it disappears behind a bush. Given that this sighting looks a little different from the traditional appearance of the Chupacabra, people are wondering exactly what was caught on camera.
Oh, that last one, not gonna lie, it freaked me out. Like, I'm really gullible in these things. I see it and it doesn't matter whether it's real or not. The fact that I've seen that walking in the desert like that, whether it is real or not, that is gonna freak me out later. Welcome to Fyaah Hot Topics, our esoteric views on the news. I'm Mama C, and we're going to be diving straight in with some international news. A lost golden city, of 3,000 years, unearthed in Egypt. What is believed to be the largest ancient city found in Egypt, Aten, buried under sand for millennia, has been rediscovered, and experts say it is one of the most important finds since the unearthing of Tutankhamun's tomb. The famed Egyptologist Zahi Hawass announced the discovery of the lost golden city, saying the site was uncovered near Luxor.
This golden lost city is the most important discovery after the discovery of the tomb of Tutankhamun. I call it golden because it was found in the golden age of Egypt, 1391 BC. I called it lost city because it was lost. No one really believed that the city could exist here. 3 main districts. One area for storage. We found a big area for the storage of meat, making sandals, also sewing clothing, precious stones for making necklaces and bracelets. Pottery tell us about the relation of Egypt with the New Kingdom. But the most important thing are the statuettes of Queen T, the wife of Amenhotep III. We are thinking that in the west side of this city, we are going to find evidence about Tutankhamun. We think that this is the beginning of the discovery.
Where did the sand go? Like, where did the sand go? Unless that was the thing that was happening in Cyprus, because when we was in Cyprus, they kept on saying that all this red sand just came out of nowhere. Maybe they were just like blowing it off their lost city that I'm sure that they knew. I'm sure that they knew. They have bloody satellites that have thermal scanning and stuff. Like they found, who's that guy? Saddam Hussein in a hole with a Mars bar with thermal tracking. So I'm sure they have gone over the desert before. Like people are all day long with those sand things on the beach where there's nothing. I'm sure they have already scoured. They already knew it was there. Don't believe it, they knew. They've only just let us discover it because they've already stripped it of all the good shit. Right. Who was in the wrong? More international news. Who was in the wrong? I will decide. Police officers pepper spray army officer during a traffic stop. Virginia's governor ordered an investigation into the incident that was caught on camera, in which guns are pulled on the black Latino army officer during a traffic stop.
And now to the fallout from that traffic stop. Police drawing their guns and pepper spraying a black army lieutenant who was in uniform. That soldier now suing over the stop, and the governor of Virginia ordering the state police to investigate. Steve Osensami has all the details. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning to you, Michael. There is a federal civil rights lawsuit over this video, which people are just now getting to see, and the Army officer seen in the video was driving home.
What are you, a specialist, Corporal? What are you?
I'm a lieutenant. Police in Windsor, Virginia overnight have announced that they fired one of the officers seen in this police body camera video that has angered everyone from the governor to people in the U.S. Army to civil rights groups.
Get out of the car now. Get out of the car.
Behind the wheel of this newly purchased brand new SUV is a U.S. Army second lieutenant, clearly dressed in Army fatigues. Lieutenant Caron Nazario is black and Latino. and the police say they pulled him over because his vehicle was missing a rear license plate. But as you can see right here, it had a temporary license plate displayed in the back.
I'm honestly afraid to get out. Can I ask you what's going on?
When he refuses to leave the car, the officer, who is now fired, pulls out the pepper spray.
Can you please relax?
Get out of the car right now.
This is not how you treat a vet. I'm actively serving this country, and this is how you're gonna treat me? I didn't do anything. Whoa, hold on. What's going? Hold on. Watch it.
According to the lieutenant, when they get him out of the car, they beat him to the ground.
Why am I being treated like this?
The traffic stop was in December, and in the police report, one of the officers wrote that the lieutenant was eluding police because he didn't stop right away. In his lawsuit, the lieutenant says it was less than 2 minutes and that he wanted to pull over into this well-lit area. He was released with no charges and is now suing the police in federal court.
Why does this continue to occur? Right? It's not new. The body cameras may be new. The violence is.
In a statement overnight, Windsor police announced that Officer Joe Gutierrez has been fired, saying that at the conclusion of this investigation, it was determined that Windsor Police Department policy was not followed.
Oh my God. Blood boiling. Oh my God. Need some salt with that pepper. What the hell, man? Like, what the hell? Like, I know it's not all police officers and they're trying to be like, it's not all bad, it's not all bad cops, but Jesus, this guy clearly has emotional issues. Like, he clearly eats his emotions. Like, he's not... These are not the people that you want protecting and serving you. Does he look like he's protecting and serving? Like, he's like, relax, relax. The guy's got his arms in the air and he's like, relax. Like, how much more relaxed do you want him to be? Thank God for body cams. Like, I bet, like, when they decided they were going to start wearing body cams, I bet people were just like, oh, Big Brother. But actually, it's a really good thing because they've actually shown themselves up. In more incidents than not, they've showed themselves up. Like, you can't hide it. He's kicking him. He's like kneeing him for no reason now. Went out of his way to pepper spray him and is now kneeing him. Like, you kneel before me. Egomaniac prick. Anyway, that's a bit of a fiery hot topic, isn't it? I think we should move on. Law or no law? Over to World Star Hub. What would you do? Kids destroy house and puts hands on his mother. She says the law prevents her from physically disciplining her child. No, it doesn't. I've not even watched this yet, so good luck to me.
Yeah, welcome to Canada, where parents have no rights and the kids could talk to you anyhow, mash up your place, call you every bees and everything in the world, you know, mark up my skin, see my skin there, mark it up, cut me up, do all kind of things. Watch them, mash up this, you know, show me the word. Show me the word. Remember, I run inside of my room, run inside of my room and lock up. And watch there. She bust open the door for me. Bust it open. You know, me not have no rights. Me have to run for my life. Because guess what, me don't want to go to prison.
That is mental. Like, I really do. I mean, this is in Canada, obviously. So I don't know what the specific law is here. It might be the same here, but at the end of the day, like, no. There has to be some sort of parental authority. Like, I don't understand how she feels she has no rights when her house is getting absolutely trashed. What is the alternative? Now this kid has to go into social care. This kid has to get put into the system. This kid has to go to a boot camp where a drill sergeant has to stand in their face, bark it in their face to give them some discipline. Like, as a parent, you have to be able to demonstrate that level of authority, but that has to come within, like, the first 5 years. They have to know not to take the piss within the first 5 years. 5 to 10, you could probably mould them. 10 to 15, you're going to have a hard job, but it can be done. It's going to take a lot of love, patience, kindness, acceptance, love, and more love, and probably both parents being supportive of each other, which is mostly the case. There's no man around to just have that voice that goes no, but in a man tone, where then the kids just actually stop. A mum can just go on and on and on and all the day. Kids take the piss. That's why we need two parents. Kids take the piss. And if you're any of your parents out there who are not looking after your kids, shame on you, because they're doing shit like this, terrorising people. And one day they'll come and terrorise you because you didn't look after them. And that is the way the world works. Should we move on? I think we should. Up next, some movie news. Godzilla vs King Kong came out. That was amazing. It was a really good film. The graphics are amazing. I loved their depiction of going into Hollow Earth and the inversion of gravity. Obviously from a scientific point of view, I have no idea, but the idea of portals and wormholes or dragon holes, you know, if they're dragon holes and these things, dragons are coming from the earth out of these holes, dragon holes, portals, to the inner earth. Who knows? Is it real? Is it not? Let us know in the comments. Do you believe in the hollow earth theory? I've got to say, I have done a little bit of research since watching it, and before obviously, but not so much. But yeah, very interesting. It's a big Sheol down there, maybe. What do you think?
Over the past several years, the plot for both Godzilla movies and Kong Skull Island have been motivated by corporate greed and an attempt to obtain political power. And while Godzilla vs. Kong still hits those points, it invites another into the fray. Conspiracy theory. Hello friends, I'm Nick Floyd, and today I'm going to attempt to break down Hollow Earth theory and how it ties into the newest entry in the Monsterverse. But be warned, Godzilla vs. Kong spoilers ahead. Hollow Earth is a concept that dates back to the late 17th century, stating that the Earth is entirely hollow or contains a substantial interior place that can only be entered through either the North or South Pole. Once inside, it's said that you'll find an entire civilization composed of giants and Germans? But this video isn't a deep dive into real-life conspiracy theories. That's what Netflix documentaries and YouTube are for. This is about the world of Godzilla vs. Kong. In the Monsterverse, the same idea of Hollow Earth exists, except people like Houston Brooks from Kong Skull Island and Dr. Nathan Lin from Godzilla vs. Kong believe that this is where the Titans resided before they rose to the Earth's surface, claiming that Hollow Earth is science fact, not science fiction. But unlike the real-life conspiracy theory, in the Monsterverse it's believed that there are multiple Hollow Earth entry points beyond the North and South Pole, and this is proven in Godzilla King of the Monsters, when Godzilla retreats to an aquatic throne room of sorts to recharge after being exhausted in battle. By showing this, it also confirms that Godzilla travels through subterranean tunnels to get from place to place across the globe. It's also shown throughout the entirety of Kong Skull Island, since Skull Island itself is viewed as an entry point to and from Hollow Earth. Now, back to Godzilla vs. Kong, and this is where the spoilers come in. Walter Simmons from Apex Cybernetics hires Hollow Earth theorist Dr. Nathan Lin to work with Team Kong in hopes to successfully enter Hollow Earth with Kong to track down a power source needed to make Mechagodzilla fully operational. Because of this, we get to spend a chunk of the film's runtime in Hollow Earth, where Kong's family once resided. R.I.P. We get to see the lay of the land, the flora and fauna, and some of the different creatures who also live there. It's truly breathtaking and something that I'm sure many of us wish would have been explored a bit more. Kong Hollow Earth, anyone? Now, I'm sure you're asking yourself, but in Godzilla vs. Kong, Godzilla uses his atomic breath to blow a hole directly through the Earth, reaching all the way into Hollow Earth. How is that possible? Good question. You see, Hollow Earth isn't necessarily the center of the Earth. It should be viewed as an Earth within the Earth, which explains why Godzilla's home was accessible to Serizawa in King of the Monsters by just hopping into a submarine-type craft and diving deep, deep into the ocean. If you look at this diagram, you can see that Hollow Earth works in the same way that a Russian nesting doll does. One layer is the Earth that we, the humans, reside, and the layer beneath is where the Titans, or giants, reside. And it's about as simple as that, and really, about all these movies give us to work with. Godzilla vs. Kong ends on a hopeful note, with Team Kong studying the clearly defeated Kong living out his best life in Hollow Earth. Where do we go from here? Only time will tell, but it feels like we could see Kong become the king of Hollow Earth, since we've seen Godzilla defeat damn near everything else at this point, including Kong. What do you think? Want to see another Kong movie with a cameo from Godzilla? Or was this the perfect open-ended wrap-up to Legendary's Monsterverse?
Pictures of what Hollow Earth could look like. I think they did a great job of that. It's really believable, and I love the, you know, like how the Earth is like upside down. It's inverted. So it's just really clever. You need to watch it. Go and do that. They had this like weird connection. I think Godzilla just likes a sparring partner, a worthy adversary. He's like, there's no one around. I just need a worthy opponent. He doesn't want to kill him. He just wants to have a little bit of, doesn't want to lose it. Doesn't want to lose his touch. You know what I mean? Lovely, they're like besties. Or not. Do you think Godzilla is one of the beasts of the Revelations? Like Apollyon or Abaddon? What do you think? Also, there is a theory about Hitler faking his death and hopping into Hollow Earth. If you know more about that, do let us know. Some Fyaah updates now. We have Tashay Starr's interview on Fyaah Convos. The link will be in the bio. Tashay is a young star from Jamaica, and she is absolutely campaigning and pioneering the way for a voice for women in Jamaica and across the world who are being trafficked, who are being sexually abused, who are being preyed on, and she is absolutely pioneering the way for that with her song Dirty Man. So you need to check that out, obviously, after this, and the links will be in the description box.
I was nervous at first, but then I became excited when the crowd started to cheer me on.
Come on, Tashay. She has a message for you all. I just want you to listen. Oh, you ready to sing for them, Tashay? Ready? All right.
Please me, I'm begging to make them come mess up your body. And you dirty man, you dirty man. Leave the people feeling them dirty man, you know it's wrong. Leave the people feeling them it's a disgrace, man. Ooh, you're just a waste, man. A waste.
And how do you feel about movies like Coming to America, where they have American actors?
Getting better. Yeah, that's what I have to say.
So now we have some What the F news. Is she right? Woman says porn is important because people are alone and need people. Porn is just the sad realization after you've come that you're still alone.
Pornography is important because we are there with people when they're alone and lonely and needing contact with people. You know, I don't know, again, here in Europe and America, people are, the huge loneliness epidemic. People are lacking touch, they're lacking contact. It's very sad, and that's a whole other conversation. Pornography is important because it shows women most of the time sexually powerful, hungry, sexual agents of their own desire without being punished for it.
Women are loose cannons most of the time, so I don't think porn helps that, to be honest with you. Maybe the women who are filming it feel empowered, but the women who are sat around while their fellas are jerking off somewhere else, not paying them attention, don't feel that great, hun. So, just putting that out there for ya. Yeah, what she was doing, great. She looked like she was having a great time, but it's acting. It is not real, she's acting. One more from World Star. Right, what in... This chick has quite a unique look, doesn't she? Jeez, this thing looks like Momo that was like terrorizing kids on the internet. Oh, is this real? Please. What the fuck news? It is. First of all, how did she get her nose to look like a decaying corpse? She went too far with the plastic surgery, not gonna lie. I think she knows that. And at one point she thought, you know what, he, she, it, they, them, skull. I don't know what to call this, it. I love you, and I think you need a hug. And to any of you plastic surgery fiends and addicts, if you know anyone who's a plastic surgery fiend and addict, before they go too far, send them this video and tell them to seek out the comfort of a close friend who loves them, who can tell them that they don't need to do this to be loved and accepted. Mysterious creatures spotted on camera. Bizarre events that baffled scientists. There is still much to learn about the world around us. While we would like to think that we have discovered every living thing on this planet, we have only skimmed the surface. And yet, some of the things that we already discovered are extinct. So, thank God we've not discovered them all, because they'd probably all be dead.
Tentacles. Most people are unsettled by the sight of any kind of bug or insect in the first place, but this crazy-looking creature makes a spider seem a bit tame. It not only has wings, but there's tentacle-like appendages that extend out. This mysterious creature was discovered in Indonesia. The man who captured the video decided to not flee despite smaller insects making a run for it. This looks like a strange hybrid between a moth and a centipede, and it's really making both heads and stomachs turn. The blob. Just because a creature may not have a face, it doesn't make it any less alive. In Stanley Park in Vancouver, Canada, a mysterious brain-like creature was discovered in a lagoon. It honestly looks like someone threw out a brain in a jello mold. The creature is believed to be a part of a larger colony that normally sticks together, but this little guy has seemed to have broken off from the rest of the group.
That looks like the thing from Starship Troopers, but it was like a massive one of it that was like a brain. It was actually like a brain. It was like sending out all of the other things that actually looked like that first thing. Starship Troopers knew about these things way before these people did.
Amongst the group. If he's one among thousands, how big is this organism? Slimy shape. In Malaysia, a couple were disturbed to discover a mysterious creature slithering around their home. The creature was black and measured about 2 meters long, plus it was very thick. The couple decided to take video of the creature before it slithered away. The video was posted online after, and it went viral. According to the couple, they believe the creature was likely living in the pipes before it escaped through their toilet. California Prowler. Sure, we've seen our share of hoax photos involving humanoid creatures crossing the road, but rarely do we get to catch videos of a Bigfoot-like creature. In La Crescenta, California, a man named Jake Gardner was walking in the woods when he heard strange noises around him. Well, he decided to take a video and caught a mysterious creature with a torso and 4 limbs. Some skeptics believe it's a great ape, but others are saying it could be Bigfoot himself. The California Fish and Wildlife basically told locals that if you see the creature, leave it alone. Washed ashore. Local residents living in Dinagat Islands, Philippines, were shocked when the remains of a large mysterious sea creature washed ashore. The creature was about 15 to 20 feet long and had a missing tail. Skeptics believe that the creature is a decomposed sea cow. The discovery was a momentous occasion for the area, and the bones were even preserved as a keepsake. Catgaroo. In Australia, there's already a plethora of interesting creatures that have been identified, and yet the land down under manages to surprise us all. One man named Eamon Worcester caught the image of a weird-looking creature looking for food on his night vision camera. The mysterious creature looks like a hybrid of a cat and a kangaroo. After the creature is done sniffing around, it stands up on its hind legs and moves on to its next stop. Strange. 3 eyes. Imagine you're in Finland and you're in the woods. You set up your camera and you leave it going overnight. The next day you check out your results only to discover that there are 3 eyes staring back at you. From the looks of the photo, the 3 eyes are all coming from one creature. There is a possibility that the camera was out of focus momentarily and caught a weird reflection, but people have said that there's a face attached to those 3 lights. Caught by surprise. In Banda Aceh, Indonesia, a group of bikers were riding in a remote area when one of them fell off. A rider with a camera caught a glimpse of a mysterious creature running away. He chased after it on his bike, but the creature proved to be much faster and managed to get away. Even though it was spotted on camera only briefly, it looks like a really short human carrying a walking stick. It's possible the riders might have encountered a member of one of the local pygmy tribes, but who knows for sure. Winged creature. Facebook user Richard Christensen made headlines when he posted a disturbing photo on social media. According to him, the photo showed a giant winged demon hanging out in a neighborhood in Arizona. Was this truly a mysterious creature waiting to wreak havoc on the local community, or was it a palm tree taken at a weird angle? Either way, it truly does look like something is standing there. The photo reminded numerous people of the infamous Mothman case as well. Desert walker. The Chupacabra is a myth that has plagued areas like Mexico and South America for decades. The Chupacabra is supposedly responsible for lost livestock and strange sightings year-round. One of the latest sightings of this mysterious creature is in the deserts of Portugal. The creature is walking upright and is clearly seen before it disappears behind a bush. Given that this sighting looks a little different from the traditional appearance of the Chupacabra, people are wondering exactly what was caught on camera.
Oh, that last one, not gonna lie, it freaked me out. Like, I'm really gullible in these things. I see it and it doesn't matter whether it's real or not. The fact that I've seen that walking in the desert like that, whether it is real or not, that is gonna freak me out later. So, does it really matter that they're real or not? Because they can still scar you with these images. Ooh, that's horrible. Religion news now. What could it be? Oh, God. I just remembered what it is. Ravi Zacharias hid hundreds of pictures of women abuse during massages and rape allegations. His ministry, preparing to downsize in the wake of a new investigation, expresses regret for misplaced trust in a leader who used his esteem to conceal his sexual misconduct. A 4-month investigation found the late Ravi Zacharias leveraged his reputation as a world-famous Christian apologist to abuse massage therapists in the United States and abroad over more than a decade, while the ministry, led by his family members and loyal allies, failed to hold him accountable. Unfortunately, that is not the only time that this has happened in the church. There are plenty of scandals that come out of the Christian market of professional preachers who are getting paid a lot of money to withhold and uphold an image, but behind doors, guess what? They are fallible, they are human like everyone else, and they need people to be accountable for. You can't be going and doing, look what's happened to Derek Jackson. You can't be going and saying these things and making money from it, and then behind the scenes, you are absolutely obliterating the same word of God that you are putting out there in the world. It is mad. I do find it very suspicious that this has all come out now after he has died. So, you know, they've already cashed in that cow. It's not going to make a difference really now if he gets exposed. If anything, they're probably still making money from it somehow. But this is what happens. It happens in TBN. They've also been involved in countless numbers of people who allege that people who are in power, positions of power, especially when they are prophetic leaders, are abusing their authority. So it doesn't just happen in the police force, it happens to any person with an ego. We are all susceptible to it. Condolences to these women and their families. Hopefully you will get the justice that you need. Let us end with some good news. Oh, Nepal's endangered rhino population has grown by 16%. In positive news, Nepal's population of endangered one-horned rhinoceroses has shown a promising 16% increase over the past 6 years. well, a few weeks ago we had, I had another rant about how they was just, you know, getting rid of everything to extinction. What am I like? So that is really some good news, because they did make it seem like it was really dire at the time. Because there was only like one rhino who could get it on with one other rhino. So 16% going up in the charts. This has been Fire Hot Topics with me, Mama C. Love to the world and peace out.